Hi, my name is Isabel Bridges, and in this video I'm going to be demonstrating Chapter 28, Repetition and Innovations. Hi class, today we're going to take another look at Dear Zoo by Rod Campbell, and let's read it just one more time. Alright, so it says, I wrote the zoo to send me a pet. They sent me an elephant, but he was too big. I sent him back. So they sent me a giraffe. He was too tall. I sent him back. So they sent me a lion. He was too fierce. I sent him back. So they sent me a camel. He was too grumpy. I sent him back. So they sent me a snake. He was too scary. I sent him back. So they sent me a monkey. He was too naughty. I sent him back. So they sent me a frog. He was too jumpy. I sent him back. So they thought very hard and sent me a puppy. He was perfect. I kept him. All right, class, did you notice how the book starts by the person writing the zoo? And that's the beginning of the book. And then throughout the book, they're sending him a bunch of different animals, like a giraffe and a lion. And so that's the middle of our book. And then we also have the ending where they send him a puppy. So we have a beginning, middle, and end in this book. All right, now let's see if we can rewrite some of this, because when we're reading that, we can hear a pattern, right? So we can see that they keep sending him these animals, but he always says, so they sent me a blank. And in this case, it's a lion, but he was too fierce. But we can replace those words to kind of make our own story. So let's talk about this. So I have the pattern up here, right? We have, I wrote the blank to send me a blank. So now we have to decide what we're going to talk about in our story, who we're going to write. So I think, what if we wrote a store, like a grocery store? So we could say, I wrote the store to send me a blank. What's something that you normally get from a store? Right, we maybe get some snacks. So let's put snacks over at the end here. And now we have our first sentence to our story. So it says, I wrote the store to send me a blank. And remember, we can compare it to this one saying, I wrote the zoo to send me a pet. So in this book, he talks about all the different pets they send him. And I think in ours, we're going to talk about all the different snacks that the store sends us. All right, so let's read the next sentence. It says, they sent me a blank. Does anyone have an idea for what snack a store might have sent us? And maybe this would be something that we'd want to send back, right? Because they send all the animals back until the very last one. Any ideas? That's a really good one. Maybe a pepper. And why wouldn't we want a pepper? It was too what? Right? It would be too spicy. So we have spicy. It was too spicy. I sent it back. So they thought very hard and sent me a. Now, what would be something that we'd want to keep? And what would be our snack that we'd want to keep with us? Maybe an apple. That's a good idea. So they thought very hard and sent me an apple. It was perfect. So in this book, he kept the puppy. But what would we do with the snack, right? We would eat it, right? So I ate it. We want to make sure it's past tense, because this would happen in the past in our story. All right, so let's read this all together. I wrote the store to send me a snack. They sent me a pepper. It was too spicy. I sent it back. So they thought very hard and sent me an apple. It was perfect. I ate it. So now we're going to write a whole book about our snacks that we're going to get from the store. Just like this one has multiple animals, we're going to talk about multiple different snacks instead of just a pepper. All right, and then once we're done with that and we add some drawings, we'll come back and read that to everyone. All right, so in yesterday's activity, we worked on rewriting the Dear Zoo story to talk about our own story, about how we wrote the store. Today, I want to use the same book, and we're going to do another activity to talk about what this book was about. So I think we should make a poster about this book, and well, kind of a large quilt, really. So each page we're going to go through and we're going to make a page or a large poster for each of these pages, and then we're going to put them together like a quilt and hang them up on the wall. All right, so I want each of you to pick a page, and we're going to draw what we see on the paper, and then also write what's happening like it is on the bottom. All right, and let's do that right now. All right, so now we've put them all together like a quilt, and we're going to hang it up on the wall. Let's see if we can see everything. All right, so see, we have the cover, right? It says Dear Zoo. All right, these drawings look amazing, by the way. And we have the first one about the elephant and sending him back because he's too big. And then we have the giraffe, and they sent him back because he was too tall. And then we also have the lion again, and they sent him back because he was too fierce. And the camel because he was too grumpy. We also have the snake because he was too scary. The monkey because he was naughty. And we also have the frog because he was too jumpy. But finally, we have the puppy. Remember, they kept him because he was just perfect. All right, thank you.